This matchup tomorrow night, you're facing a Big Ten top 20 team. Just what are your thoughts?
I think we'll find out a lot about ourselves. Obviously, Northwestern returns a lot from a great team last year, and while I don't think they probably played up to what they'd hoped to be able, the level they play, at least this point in the season, the talent is certainly there. McIntosh, very talented point guard, and then Lindsey and Law on the wings are very good as well, and Pardon's a load inside. So, we'll have our hands full, but it's time to play a game like this to find out, where we're a little bit weak and where we get exposed and what we need to fix.
What do you need to work on from these past two games? What do you need? What you learn? What do you need to work on?
Well, after the Elkhorn game, we have to work on not fouling because that just disrupts the flow of the game and the pace with which we like to play. So that has to be, obviously very important. I think rebounding is still going to be something that we're going to talk about all year because of how we're built. So the fundamental parts of rebounding have to be really good for us. I've been pleased with the guys coming off the bench. I think they're doing some good things. I think we're getting good production out of our bench, and that's going to need to continue as we go on the road.
How big is it to get a game against the Northwestern who's got some size inside and it kind of forces you guys to?
Yeah, we had the scrimmage against Minnesota, so we saw a little bit about what's going to happen when you play against a physical front line. But Northwestern's they've got all the pieces, and that's why they went to the NCAA tournament last year and they won their first round game. And they can throw it inside and score. They can shoot the three, and McIntosh he's really the straw that stirs the drink for them. He gets the ball to places. He can score in a variety of ways at the rim. He's got a mid-range game. He can shoot the three, and he creates opportunities for his teammates. So a lot of what those big guys get sometimes is because of the decisions that he makes.
Are you familiar with Coach Collins? Have you two met?
Yeah. I played with Robbie Williams in college, and Robbie Williams is Chris's first cousin. So Doug Collins would always come to the game and bring this little kid with him when I was in college, and that was Chris. So I've really probably known him since he was 8 years old. But he's done a terrific job. Obviously had a great career as an assistant at Duke and as a player at Duke, and has done a terrific job turning that program around.
The fact they have four guys in double figures, how much does it make that much tougher to game plan? So many weapons.
Well, you have to guard everybody. I mean, there's nobody on the floor that you can not guard and try to plug some things up and help. And everybody's got to stay tuned into what their responsibilities are. We got to keep the dribble in front of us. And like I said, try to only give them one shot at the basket.
Going on the road, this is kind of the first test for you guys on the road.
Yeah,
how do you feel about going on the road?
It's good that we were able to do the scrimmage at Minnesota, just because you take the freshmen and the new guys on the road for the first time, and they get a feel for what your routine is for game day on the road. So at least we've done it once, but you find out a lot about your team when you go into an opposing arena where people aren't cheering for you, they're cheering against you, and you find out how guys handle some adversity. And like I said, we're at the point of the season where we're still learning, we're still growing, and hopefully tomorrow night's a step in the right direction, and that we can get a win but still learn from it.
Marcus and Kyrie, they've seen some tough environments. Do you expect them to kind of provide a calming influence out there?
They need to provide a calming influence wherever we're at, and whatever the situation. I mean, they've been the guys in our program that have been there and done that. They've seen about everything and experienced about everything there is to experience in college basketball. So they have to really set an example for our younger guys in particular on the importance of preparation and how to go about getting ready to play on the road.
I saw some shots go down, so it gave me a little bit of confidence. Seeing the first one go in, and I had to just let a couple others go with some confidence. So saw those go down as well. But defensively, I need to pick it up and be in the gaps more and just rotations better. So there's a lot to improve on defense and offensively. Coming to 2 feet jump stops and playing on balance and not getting charges and turnovers like I did early in the game.
What do you think about this matchup tomorrow night with Northwestern?
I think it'll be good. It'll be a good test for us to see where we're at and where we need to go after this. See what our work has done so far, to see basically where we stack up against some of the better teams in the country. Obviously, they're ranked top 20 or so, and just to see, that'll be a test for us, and it'll be on the road, and that'll be a good opportunity to see where we're at.
They have 4 guys who average double figures. I mean, how tough is that to defend as a team?
That's pretty tough. Obviously, they have a lot of weapons getting to the rim or shooting, coming off screens, shooting. So they have a lot of offensive threats. So we have guys that can counter that. I mean, we have Taz on the perimeter that'll do his job and Marcus those guys, and Davion will shut down. So, like I said, it'll be a good test for us and just see where we're at and see where we can go from that. So it'll be fun.
You guys kind of get up for a Big Ten team. They're ranked 19th in the nation. I mean, is there a little extra step in practice this week?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we try not to play down to any opponent, but obviously they're nationally known top 20 team, so they had a good run last year, won a game in the tournament. So we definitely have been preparing a lot more, paying more attention to the details, and just trying to minimize things that they do well, just to throw them off their game a little bit. But yeah, it'll definitely be a good matchup, Big East, Big Ten matchup, and hopefully we can get the dub for the Big East.
You kind of took the tournament by storm last year. First time ever making it. Did you follow their run as a fan of college basketball?
Yeah, for sure. As a fan of college basketball, and Coach Collins, they coached really well. Coach Collins is a good guy, a good dude, so he knows what he's doing, and they just got the ball rolling well at the right time, so they were playing well, and they were hot at the time, so it was fun to watch as a fan from the outside.
What do you remember them as a fan, and now watching them as a team that's scouting to play them? I guess what do they do really well that has allowed them to have that success? Yeah, for sure. They play with a lot of discipline, and their energy is really high. I mean, guys inside, I know a guy inside, he plays with a lot of energy, always hitting the boards. And then Bryant McIntosh, I know him a little bit from camps and coming out of high school. He's a good guy, so I just kept track of him and watched him, and he runs the offense well. And sometimes, so we can just try and get him off his game early and just trying to force him into some easy early turnovers and just get in their head early and just go from there. See how we adjust.
Top 20 team you're playing, Big Ten team. Do you embrace that kind of environment, that kind of matchup?
Oh yeah, you have to. You know, as a team, it's a big game for us. You know, for me, being my senior year, you know, it's an extra special game for me playing a ranked opponent. You know, going on the road. You know, it's a good time for us to build and see what we're made of.
Yeah, what kind of challenge is that facing a team like Northwestern on their home court?
You know, a team that's gonna, you know, run a whole lot of sets. You know, we got to stay disciplined, kind of like a Villanova team. You know, they're gonna throw a lot of things at us, and we have to be ready. But you know, it's gonna challenge us. Our first road test of the season. You know, I'm excited to see what the young guys are gonna do. And, you know, us older guys have to step up and, you know, take a higher role.
Rob was telling us you were named to the watch list for the Wooden Award. I guess I know it's a watch list, but what's your reaction to it?
You know, it's good to be on that list. You know, there's probably gonna be a lot of good guys on that list, and you know, I'm excited to be in the same group with them. You know, just got to keep working throughout the season to make sure I stay on that list.
Guys like you and Kyrie have seen some really tough road environments. How important is it that you guys kind of be the calming influence for some of these inexperienced players?
Yeah, you know, guys like me, Tyler, Toby, and Taz, you know, we're going to have to be there for our teammates. You know, they've never been in this type of environment before. You know, a lot of guys are going to be nervous, so we have to step up and set the tone for the team.
Coach was kind of saying that playing that scrimmage against Minnesota kind of got the young guys' feet wet. Did they seem a little bit more calm since playing a game like that?
Oh, yeah. You know, talking to them guys on the bus ride back, a lot of them said they needed that experience. You know, we didn't even know Minnesota's a top 15 team, and, you know, to go play them. And, you know, our freshmen did pretty well. And, you know, I think it's going to help them for tomorrow's night matchup.
Marcus, how you feel these first 2 games have gone and what needs to, you know, improve?
Yeah, we're looking really good right now, honestly. And for us to be a better team and compete throughout the season, we're going to have to keep getting better at defense, you know. As you see, we shoot the ball very well. We got a lot of talented guys that can score on the offensive end, but it's going to come on the defensive end. And, you know, I think we'll get there over the season. We just got to keep working hard at it.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.